Welcome to another edition of GM Lighting's instructional videos. I'm Jason Marcotte. Today I'll be talking about our GMR6 120 volt recessed light. It's IC rated and damp location. Available in spot, flood, and wide flood beam spreads in white and brushed aluminum and black. Now let's install it. This is a GMR6 IC flood in brushed aluminum. This one already has a cord. I have a fresh one. I'll show you how to install recessed light. The GMR6 has its own wiring compartment with 3 available knockouts to make this 120 volt NEC. It is IC rated and damp location. So let's go ahead and take this apart. The GMR6 will come complete with quick connect connectors for your easy install. Like as I said, 3 knockouts available. Got your ground, your hot, and your common, if I can untwist these. After you install, let me go ahead and grab another one here. Spring clips. You're going to install into a 2 5/8 to 3 inch hole. The flange is 3 inches. We do have the goof ring, which is 3.5 inches for those larger holes that are already pre-existing or made on accident. Let's go ahead and drill a piece of wood and I'll show you how to go put this together. Here's my GMR6 and my quick connects. Yes, they do trust me with power tools. So I'm going to drill a quick hole in this board and we'll wire it up. I got some Romex here, we'll wire it up and show you how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and punch a hole, hopefully not through my table here. Okay, I got my hole through my board, as is indicative of most installs. Got my Romex. I'll show you the board here. This is a typical shelf install like customer would use to downlight on a shelf or above a shelf, you know, shining down. So I'm going to go ahead and wire this up. All right. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and use the top knockout on this. Okay, actually they just push out pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a conduit connector, or in this case just a little take-all connector, to connect to my top plate of my wiring compartment. Okay, I'm just going to kind of put this together real quick. So I'm going to run power to that. Now this is the finished side, okay? You can see that. Let me go ahead and clamp down a little bit on some of these wires. Close that clamp up a little bit so we got some room to work with. Now, something before I get too far along, since this doesn't have this ring is a solid ring. This is the goof ring, okay? Comes in each package. If you need to use it, slips on like so. You actually would install it on the fixture to increase your diameter of your hole. This is actually a little goof ring. This is an extra, but it does come with it. It is an optional. You don't have to use it. I did a clean hole, so I'm not going to use it today. So with the electrical. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my ground, my hot, and my other here. Let me grab my pliers. I'm going to go ahead and attach these. My hot. This is a 120 volt fixture, so make sure you use your ground. I know most LEDs are low voltage, so you don't even think about a ground. So make sure you do use your ground. You tuck all this together. So small wiring compartment. Nice tight fit. Line up my screw holes here. Okay. So all your connections are good and tight. Make sure you're, once you shove it up in the hole, it's not going to be accessible very easily. So make sure you get all your connections good and tight. Bear in mind the gimbal. This is adjustable, but only on one axis. So bear this in mind when you're installing it, which way you want it to turn when you put it in the hole, so your axis is where you want it, left, right, front, back on your shelf or a cabinet, wherever you're putting the light throw itself. So next, you're gonna press those springs back. Hole there. As you noticed, I can just push it straight back in. I'll catch it right there. Nice tight fit. And there is your GMR6. This one I positioned up and down, as you can tell, for my light spread adjustments. It fits nice and tight. This particular board is about a ½ inch thick. The springs will take up to 1 inch thick or so material. So existing ceilings, drywall, what have you, for usually shelving and drywall. This is IC rated, okay? So you can put it in your ceilings. It is damp location, so you can put it in soffits, in parts of the house, or even on wall-covered soffits outside. So just be careful of your gimbal, how you're positioned. There you are, that looks beautiful. So that is a 120 volt GMR6. This particular one is a flood, regular 38-degree flood. This is Jason Marcotte for GM Lighting. I thank you for watching.